May 4th, 2015. Okay, so last night I had what I guess you could call my superhero debut. So Alex had been saying we need to get me a mask, right? And keep in mind, this was totally unexpected. So we went to this local sporting goods store called Peretti's to see if we could find me a mask. And all we could find were like ski masks, so that didn't really pan out. But while we were there, okay, we were still in the mask aisle. We were about to leave, but we were still right where the masks were. Okay, and I see this guy, okay, come out of the restroom when he is wearing a ski mask, and he's dressed all in black. So I know something bad's about to go down. And he walks right up to the cashier and then pulls out a gun and points it in the cashier's face. And I'm like, ah! And so I duck down, and Alex ducks down with me. He's like, what's going on? I'm like, there's a guy with a gun. And he's like, so? And I'm like, what? What is this kid's problem? And he's like, what is your deal, man? You have superpowers. And I was like, oh, that is true. I do. But I still don't do anything. He's like, what are you waiting for? I'm like, I don't know. To live? And he's like, get out there, dude. What do you think we've been training for? This is it. This is your moment, your big shot. I'm like, we've been training for a week. And he's like, you can take a bullet. After some nudging, he finally pushed me out there. Well, didn't quite push me out there. I was about to stand up. But he made sure I didn't do that before I had a mask on. He just grabbed one of the masks off the shelf and I put it on. And then I got out there, and I'm standing like here's the counter, and then here's the little bank robber dude, and I'm back here. And I'm like, what do I do? And so I'm like, hey. And then the dude with the gun turns around, right? And notice this guy is he looks kind of nervous. His hand that he's holding the gun with, it's kind of shaky. Like he's not really confident in what he's doing. And I'm like, maybe I can talk this guy down. I don't know. I don't know if I actually had that thought, but maybe I did. But either way, I'm like, put down your gun. And instead of doing that, the guy with the gun steps closer to me and raises his gun and points it at me. And I don't know what he was going to do next, but then there was this rustling sound behind him. Okay. It was the cashier. I don't know if he was like reaching for a gun or maybe for like a silent alarm or something. By the way, he made a sound. And so the dude with the gun turns around to face him. But about halfway through his turn, the gun goes off. And at this point, Alex, okay, he had crawled out a bit to see what was going on. And he happened to be right in the path of this dude's gun when it went off. Okay. And the interesting thing, interesting thing is this. You know how like when a gun fires a bullet, there's like a hammer inside the gun and it hits the back of the shell or casing, I don't know what it's called, but then it hits that and there's all like gunpowder in there and it ignites the gunpowder, right? Well, I could feel the gunpowder explode. Like, it wasn't like when I absorb energy and I get a buzz. It was just like I could sense it right there. I could sense that output of energy. Like, I knew in a way that it was energy. I felt it. I don't know. But I felt that, and I knew it was going to hit Alex. And I was like, no! And I wanted the bullet to stop. I didn't want it to hit my friend. I wanted it to stop. And it did. It just, midair, about halfway between the gun and Alex, the bullet just stopped moving and fell. So I robbed it of its kinetic energy, I guess. I don't know where it went. I did not absorb it. I did not feel any buzz from that. I don't know where it went, but either way, I stopped the bullet. So I guess I can affect things. I'll have to figure out more about that later. But either way, so I'm not the only person that sees this, alright? I mean, everyone else kind of saw it. I know Alex for sure saw it, but the robber dude saw it too. And for some reason, this compels him to turn back to me. And when he does, the gun goes off again, and the bullet fires straight at me, hits me in the chest, and tears a little hole in my shirt, which I was very upset about. So I liked that shirt. I thought my clothes were safe, like when I fell off the bridge, but apparently not. But anyways, the bullet hit me, and then I felt a buzz, okay, a pretty big buzz. Bigger than I think I felt before. But not only that, and well, Alex said that I started glowing like bright red, okay? But also, I became, not like physically, not temperature-wise, but like mentally, I grew cold. Emotionally, I grew cold. Suddenly, all I could think about was taking down this dude with the gun. I wasn't even thinking about why I was taking him down, and just, that was all I could think about. And I don't know why. Kind of looking back, it kind of freaks me out, because I never felt so emotionless. But, so I start walking towards the guy, and, he's kind of freaking out now, because, well, he just shot me, and the bullet fell off, and on top of all that, I'm glowing bright red. It's kind of freaking him out. When I say bright red, I don't mean like the color bright red, I just mean it was bright, and it was red. That's not really important. But anyways, the dude's freaking out, and he shoots me again, and again, and again, and again, and every single time he shoots me, my buzz grows bigger and bigger and bigger, and I get brighter and brighter and brighter, according to Alex. Also according to Alex, it started getting hotter and hotter and hotter in the room, and I got colder and colder and colder. Again, not temperature-wise, but here, and here. And just all I could think about was taking this guy down. And I walked up to him, and I grabbed him, I think by the shirt, and I just hoisted him up in the air. I've never been able to lift a grown man before. I just lifted him up in the air. Maybe like the energy I had absorbed gave me some extra strength, I don't know. But anyways, I lifted him up in the air, and then he faints, and I'm not done. I'm about to do something nasty to this guy. I could see he's fainted, but I still wanted to just take care of him. But then I hear my name, just my first name, and I turn, and there's Alex, and he's on the floor, and he's like, dude, stop. And I look back up at the guy, and there was like this moment of clarity. I was like, this dude's out. I'm done. There's nothing else I have to do. Set him down. And so I set him down. And at this point, I'm kind of scared of myself. But that wasn't really what I was focusing on. What I was focusing on was the fact that I felt like I was going to explode. Okay? Like, again, Alex said Alex said at that point, I was glowing so brightly that it was blinding. And it was so hot in the room, he was sweating. It felt like it was a sauna. And I just felt like I was about to burst. Like there was like so much pressure inside me, like I just had to let it out. And I don't know, I just ran. I ran and ran and ran. I ran behind the store, and I just kept running through the alleys, and eventually I found this like back parking lot. And I went back there, and the pressure was so high, and the next thing I knew, I'm on the ground, and Alex is shaking me. And I don't remember much from there, but what Alex said was that after I ran away from the store, he made sure that the cashier was okay and the robber was okay and 911 was called, and he started running after me. But before he got very far, he heard this explosion. And so he just ran faster and harder, and he saw me in the middle of that parking lot. My clothes were torn to shreds, practically strings. The cars were charred black and like crushed. And he said there was this just area around me on the pavement where it was just charred black, like singed black. And he couldn't even go in there yet because it was so hot. And the metal, the rubber on his shoes started to like melt. Like it started to smell like it was melting when he stepped on, so he had to wait. And eventually he was able to wake me up, and he gave me his jacket, and there was a thrift store nearby, and he had some cash, so he got some sweatpants and some flip-flops and gave those to me, and I wore those on the way home. And now, today at school, people are talking about it all. Both, they haven't connected those two events, these two stories, but people are talking about both of them. I'm getting out there. I'm actually about to go online, see if there's any web chatter. Probably won't be, I don't know, but this is intense. I wonder what's going to happen next.